Hello! Welcome to session 5 of Shadows of Gradiriel. This time we start with both my players actually here because they're not doing things. Hi, people.
Yay!
Hi.
You know, it occurs to me, this game is already as many sessions in as my Final Fantasy D6 campaign, but my Final Fantasy D6 campaign is supposed to be played on a weekly basis, and we started it months before this ever happened.
Aww.
We keep missing sessions.
So, I'm going to go ahead and do the recap myself here because why the heck not? Last session was fun. It was a nice, chill, calming session other than, PTSD and meeting
Family
trouble
drama.
and all the drama that consists of Riven and Locke's respective backstories, or at least what we know of them at this point. Locke had a fun little dream with his patron before Sam came into the game, and revealed some of the stuff from his backstory. Met his mother again. That was an interesting thing. He totally went and talked to her, so that's a thing. We learned some things about Riven's backstory in the form of a dream that was very much fire PTSD. It was fun. And you both also
she has to go get her little tinfoil hat and put it on.
we also learned that the shopkeep's name is Christine, and
she's the family drug dealer.
And a druid.
Family drug dealer.
Yeah.
Family drug dealer druid. Because Oak
Drug dealer druid, triple D, 3D, Christine 3D.
Coming in theaters near you.
You met up with trouble.
Oh shit! I opened the wrong damn rulebook.
Good job.
Good job.
I opened FFT6 rulebook.
She's like, why is there a trouble on my page?
You met up with trouble, which was the town lore master or town know-it-all, a tiefling bard that's super fun. You got
I
more
made him
meat.
laugh by having him talk to a bird.
Yeah, you got more meat from the orc, or not orc, or yes orc.
Yes, orc.
Butcher. And you introduced everyone in town, well, mostly everyone in town, to your lovely new little direwolf pup, Hallis.
Hollis, I believe, was the name. Yes,
Hollis.
I've already forgotten.
Hallis. I remember the basic impression of the name. I just couldn't remember how it was pronounced. I also have it written down. But anyway.
So do I.
I don't.
And through the dream with Locke, where he met and talked with and spoke with his mother, he found out his mother was leaving their hometown. And he asked her to head to Yukiegi, head north, because that was where he was heading prior to meeting up with the group. And so that's where this session starts. We open up the... Oh,
shit.
Back up. You also learned the minor tidbit that Gretchen's cyan bright blue hair was due to magic. So she magically changed her hair color. Often. Because she was asleep with Oak, and her hair turned brown.
Kind of a weird character quirk, but yep, it's cute.
Yeah. So. Yes. We open up this session with the group beginning to make their way to Yukiegi, unless any of you have anything you needed to do in town first.
We're opening up when we just get done talking about heading up to Yukiegi.
Well, I figured we could,
No,
break that.
I still have things to do.
Oh, all right then. Then you do.
Okay.
All right.
Locke will
So-
just wait on you because he doesn't have anything left to do. He's just gonna wait.
Are you sure you want to just not go double check the shop to make sure you got all your components? Go buy some extra rations?
Well, let's see here. In terms of rations, I think I forgot to subtract rations for the trek up to the goblin thing, but I still think I'm good for quite a while. Like, I currently have listed 12 days. How long did it take us to do the goblin trip?
3?
It
No.
took like a day and a half twice, so like roughly 2.
3 or
I'll
4.
say 2. Sure enough.
So I still have 10 days of rations.
Yep.
So I'm good as far as food goes for now. And I'm good on spell components. I don't really need anything else here. And my character's kind of anxious to get a move on.
Yep. And Oak has rations and food and things like that too, so he's good. So we're down to
Just
Riven, going to visit the shop again.
1 hour. Just give me like an hour.
All right.
Fine.
Oh, Tiefling boy's there.
Tiefling. He would actually be probably not there. He's probably gone somewhere. Boop.
Okay, so yeah, shop.
Alright. So, going into the shop, you find... did you take Hollis with you? I'm assuming you did. You're
Yeah,
probably carrying
just-
him around.
Right now, Riven's just like kind of staring at the door before going in. It's just like, she goes in anyways.
Okay.
What?
Hmm?
What do I see? Oh, great one.
Oh, going into the shop?
Yes.
You see, that... I think this would be pretty... relatively early in the morning, I think, because you sort of woke up because of Nightmare and all that sort of fun stuff when everybody was preparing to leave, so... It's probably like 8 or 9 a.m. roughly,
Sure. We'll go with that.
which is just after last night when y'all came back. So you see Christine manning the she's at the counter. She's working with her fruits, the berries and things that she gathers in the morning. She seems to have just came back from gathering them. You see that her attire is showing that she was, more out and about and wandering around in the forest village gathering recently, and she just sort of waves you a hello.
She nods and very awkwardly like points at like Hollis and says collar.
She she kind of tilts her head and then snaps her fingers and like one finger up, like, oh right, and she
Because the day before she kind of like
yeah.
like, oh, she's a druid. I'm
Hold on a
very
second.
uncomfortable. I'm leaving.
hmm She rummages through her like the back of her counter and stuff like that, and she actually eventually brings forth a little like probably a little silver threaded collar. It's actually really pretty. And she hands it out over the counter towards you. So
Uh,
technically the counter's back here, and you're at the door. But anyway.
well, she would have gone slightly closer. Just ever so slightly. She's gonna go and take the. Are you okay over there, Locke?
He's
Right.
exploding, he's fine.
Okay, so yeah, just like get the collar.
Alright.
How much?
She she does her gesture of she's thinking, and then she points to the collar itself, not just indicating that she's giving it to you, but more to indicate like color. And then holds up 5 in her with her hand to indicate 5 silver.
That's all my silver. Okay, she takes all my silver.
She gives you a smile and then takes the silver, and you now have a collar.
Riven puts it on the pupper, and then proceeds to nod and then quickly make her way out of the shop. Not really running, just a swift walk.
Yeah.
That's
And we
fine.
see Christine sort of tilt her head as you leave, and there's like the dull hint of a smirk on her face, and that's about it.
Okay.
But once Riven leaves, she actually wanders into the forest.
Off on her own by herself?
So Riven is running the fuck away or something. I don't know.
She wandered off into the forest. She'll find somebody. There's somebody in the forest for her to find. Okay, so you go off into the forest?
Yeah.
Off
She's
on your
making
own?
no effort to try to sneak off. She just goes and walks into it.
Okay.
What direction? Because there are a lot of paths out of this village.
Yeah.
Let's see. I go back towards the temple house, but then she just goes south.
So south.
Yeah, so if anyone's down on this road, they would just see her walking into the forest.
There is someone down that road.
Oh boy.
I could just see the icon pop up, and you could just feel the dread in her voice.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It
could taste
depends.
that.
Is he trying to be sneaky about him being there or no?
No.
Okay,
He's
she's
just
gonna walk past.
he's just sitting there like he was the very first day that the day that you guys came in, leaning up against that same tree. And so you just walk briskly past him?
Not really briskly anymore. Just walk past him.
He sort of just calls after you without really moving from where he's sitting. Hello again.
Yeah. She just kind of gives a limp wave. Just yeah.
He shrugs and goes back to his sketching that he's doing. I mean, he's not gonna pry. You already, clearly indicated, don't want to talk to him. That's fine.
No. The little birdie said should leave her alone.
This is true. Well, actually, yeah, he sort of leaves you be for a second and then sort of looks around.
Sneaky.
And then he moves closer to you, realizing that Locke is not there currently.
No. Or so he thinks.
Or so he thinks. Meanwhile, what? What was that, Brian?
I said I'm not invisible and I'm still in the house. Yeah, I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know that. He could think that you're still invisible.
He could. But anyway, so he, I don't mean any harm. I only am a more curious sort. I like to learn about those that visit this village. Only what you're willing to tell, of course.
Riven just says, okay.
Alternately, if you don't want me to learn anything about you, I could tell you about someone else here. Most of the people in this town had a story, and almost all of them shared it with me at one time or another.
Almost.
Almost. I unfortunately couldn't get a whole lot out of Snock.
Snock.
He points to the butcher shop.
Oh, the butcher.
Mm-hmm. She's not really the talking type.
No.
Now her boy, he's a bit more curious, and he's actually the one that made me more curious about you. That's why I came to you more so than your half-elf friend. But either way, I know some of his story. I know some of our lovely shopkeep's story, Christine. Kelethir's interesting. Leanne told me some things begrudgingly, but I know some. Oak's story is sad, but a good one, I suppose. And I haven't got a whole lot out of Gretchen.
So you just bug people until they tell you things?
Not necessarily. I asked them if they were willing to share, and most know that I am a keeper of stories. And those that come by to tell me, of their own accord, of course, will eventually let me know. I've been here.
Why do you seek these stories?
Hmm?
Why do you seek these stories?
I like stories. Stories makes things interesting. And if I tell the tale of, for example, Leanne, if I tell a story about her to someone that needs to hear it, they could perhaps learn something. And in that sense, Leanne has helped someone without even met them.
Then what story do you think would help me?
Well, that depends. If you have any things weighing on your mind right now, I'd have to know what those are to know what story would help. And I don't necessarily have to know the why of those specific circumstances. But if I know what the circumstances are, it could spawn a story for you to know. Perhaps you have...
Those two. Oak and Locke.
What about Oak and Locke?
I'm afraid that if they keep spending time around me, they'll get themselves killed.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. A warrior such as yourself traveling with two individuals not as well
not
equipped.
A warrior.
Hunter.
Thank you.
A person of stronger combat prowess is afraid that you'll put these two in danger when these two aren't necessarily as combat sound as you are. I do have a
Yes.
story. I do have a story for that one, actually. A story of protecting others, of communicating to people and making sure that everyone is aware of what sort of plan, why you're traveling, where you're traveling to, who you're traveling with. Now, before I came here, I actually traveled with others. And
So have you been to places?
yes, I was a nomad for some time. But
So have you
this
been to like any towns?
not recently. I've been in here. I've been in this misty village, as Leanne calls it, for
I mean, before while you were traveling around, have you been to other towns and
I
cities?
was, yes.
Do you know where I can find an elven jeweler?
Elven jeweler. Hmm.
Ones that particularly make with holy symbols?
Let's see. Well, I haven't really come across any elven jewelers in my travels. Most of the jewelers that I came across that worked with my jewelry, because he's got like rings and an earring in one ear and all this fun stuff, similar to Molly Mock, but not nearly as blinged.
Right.
um, most of the jewelers that I met and was with were more. They were usually gnome or dwarf because I preferred, more durable, stronger jewelry.
I was just
But
looking to repair something.
there's what in the bigger towns like Caverton, which Caverton is the capital city.
Mm-hmm.
In the bigger towns such as Caverton, um, Yukiegi, um, Yodblin, bigger towns of that nature, they would have a blacksmith shop or something at the same caliber that would be able to repair such a thing. He
Right.
basically named Caverton, which is capital city that you know of, a town that you've never been to before, and the town that you're going to.
That I have been to before.
That you have been to before. Yep.
Yeah, it's an elven style jewelry that I'm just looking to repair. So it requires a little bit of a fine touch.
I'm sure you would be able to find someone. And if you don't find them while looking around, and wherever it is that you're going, you can find just about anyone in Caverton if you're willing to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I actually saw once before, it was several years ago, I saw a Loxodon in Caverton. Have you ever met a Loxodon?
What is a loxodon?
That is a no. They're very interesting.
No, out of character. What is a loxodon? Would my character know it?
Uh, they usually would favor to like the bigger, uh, like the main town that has all of the Loxodons are in would be Caverton or uh, perhaps Muzuchad would have one, but Muzuchad is in the middle of the ocean on an island, so you've never been there. Um, but
Okay.
but Loxodon, for Sam's...
I know what a Loxodon is. I googled it.
That's what
Yes.
I'm doing. Just
Loxodon
because.
Loxodon is elephant, people.
Oh. Okay.
Hmm?
So no, she wouldn't know what the Loxodon is.
Probably not.
No, just like Loxodon? Never heard of that before.
Oh, Loxodon are interesting characters. If you travel to Caverton, there's a few down that way.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
If you see any big, gray-skinned elephant individuals, let them know that Trouble sent you.
Okay. Story?
Hmm?
You never told
You
the
were
story.
going to tell me a story
Ah, yes.
before I
Yes. And actually, that whole exchange part of that was actually in character. He kind of goes off on tangents sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I'm not going to be able to deliver it in any sort of effective way, but we can imagine that it's much more well delivered, and it's not a written thing that Ryan can read. But he basically tells you the story of a dwarven warrior that was traveling with... Well, basically, it sounds like an adventuring party is what it amounts to. And they were going on a mission that they had received from a quest board in Caverton. And upon traveling to what amounted to some sort of weird alchemy lab or something, the Dwarven's warriors party was defeated, and the only one that survived was him. And he ran. And he went back afterwards to see what had become of his friends, and there was no ruins, there was no anything left behind. It's almost like he knows for sure he went back to where he had last seen them, and yet there's no evidence that they were ever there. And whoever this dwarven warrior is, he now lives in Caverton, and is willing to, talk to anyone that's willing to listen. And he tells you that in Caverton, this dwarf is believed to be some sort of, he amounts to about the town drunk, because there's no way a whole building, almost a fortress of a lab, could just up and disappear. And it basically amounts as a cautionary tale to say, don't run. Do your best, work with your friends, plan things, and don't just assume that you're going to be tough enough to protect everyone around you. Let your friends and yourself work together to overcome each other's faults, which is what he did not do. Well, it's an interesting one, and he delivers it way better than I do. But anyway. He also does not divulge this dwarf's name, but he does tell you the dwarf is living in Caverton now. Whoever it is. And it shouldn't be hard to find, because he's basically the town drunk at this point.
Okay.
Uh, so, do you have anything more you were wanting to do in the forest, or?
No, because that kind of sidetracked in my idea that I had, but it works.
I mean, you can still do whatever you want to do.
Nope. That's fine.
Okay,
So,
fair. Um, well, cutting to Oak and Locke temporarily. Um, seeing that you still have the rings from before. Um, Oak is like, I, I am still going to protect you out there in whatever fight that we come across. But that last one, don't necessarily try to treat that spell as a. He's in a very sort of hard way to say it. He's saying the opposite of what uh, Trouble just got through telling Riven. He's basically telling you not be afraid to run. Because he saw you start to run and then you came back. And that's admirable and great. But it put him at a much bigger risk.
hmm.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
So where did Riven go?
No idea. She said she had something to take care of. She took the dog. So.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll find her out there somewhere, and Oak just sort of heads on outside.
Locke will head out too. Splorp.
Do they find a Riven nearby?
Yeah, she's like standing there contemplating whether or not she really wants to go into the forest now or not. If she needs to.
Riven, are you ready? Or did you have something else you needed to do?
She gives a glance down, but then turns and walks toward you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's an interesting little tidbit. um, so the three of you will begin to make your way out of Misty Village and heading north to Yukiegi, which, one, there's a road once you get out of the forest, and two, everyone save Locke has actually been to Yukiegi at one time or another. Riven knows that she has been, and technically Oak has too. Been a while, but he has too. So, you know, you're not gonna get lost making your way up there. And now we jump into the fun of traveling on the map. Yay!
Yay.
Which, by the way, there are some towns that you have names now.
I see that.
Yay!
Not all of them I see, but nice.
They are all labeled on the map on my screen. I just made GM layer for most of the names that you don't know them, that you've never been to.
Fair enough.
So when one figures out a name for a place, I can just be like, boop, there it is, done.
Okie dokie. Fair enough.
Alrighty. You're sort of heading out this way and beginning to make your trek up to Yukiegi, up in the north.
Yep.
So that'll take us about 4 days of travel.
Indeed. Alrighty. you begin making your way north. Is there any sort of conversations that one wants to have while traveling? You guys are not on horseback, and you're going at whatever effective sort of pace is comfortable for everybody.
Well, if there are any conversations, Locke isn't going to start them.
Neither is Riven. So.
Okay, good. That answers that question pretty quickly.
Yep.
Alright. So, you travel for the biggest part of the first day in a sort of awkward silence with no one really saying anything. Huzzah. And you have exited the forest, made it near the actual road over here, and you are, you know, I would say,
On the road again.
Yeah, you're getting ready to, you know, set up camp for the first night on the road with all of you together. One thing you probably should have bought when you were in town that you didn't think about was camping supplies.
I have a bedroll. I'm fine.
I was speaking to Locke.
I forgot. I totally forgot that that's a thing I don't have.
Do you want to turn
Yeah.
back around?
No. I'm used to sleeping in the dirt.
Oh, poor Locke.
You have no idea.
Anyway, so I believe the watches were Oak, Locke, Riven, in that order, I believe.
Yep, I believe so.
Alright. So, everyone beds down for the night, gets ready to camp, and I am going to make perception for Oak. And by the way, Oak got a feat. And holy crap, perception, holy crap. Because he got a feat to improve his perception. By like a lot. Boop.
Whoops.
That's 10.
That's a nat 1 is what that is.
Oh wow.
So,
Nice. Okay.
A +9, it's a big bonus, but... Oh.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, with the nat 1 in mind, Oak is not really... He's sitting down for his watch, and he's got his mind in other
he should
places.
have got a little bit of a supply before he left.
Oh, no. If that was the case, he'd have rolled that check at disadvantage, and he really would have made him at 1. But anyway, Locke doesn't see anything. He, once his night is over with, he sort of gently nudges Locke awake for his watch.
7.
We're gonna die.
We're back to our lovely start of no one being able to perceive things.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Alright, so yeah, Locke rolled a 7. You don't see anything out.
Alright. I'll wake Riven without touching her this time. I remember what happened last time. I damn near had a heart attack.
No, you woke her with your foot.
Yeah, this time I'll just like call from the other side of the campfire. Well
Because
out of arm's reach.
because that's better.
He's like, Riven, time for your watch.
Roll perception check at disadvantage, Riven.
Yay. 9.
Okay. You just barely hear your name being called. It takes a minute, but it does rouse you from your sleep.
Hi.
From like what, 10 feet away?
Across the fire is just like, what?
It's time for your watch.
Okay. She gets up.
And Locke's gonna find a patch of grass and lie down.
Alright. Riven, you can now roll your perception check to keep watch.
Oh my god.
Again with the 7.
Are we gonna have lucky 7 tonight?
Well, it depends on the next roll.
Well, like if Oak's next roll is a 7. No, he actually can't get 7, can he? No, he can't, because he has a plus 9.
He can't total a 7, no, but he could totally roll a 7 and then get like 16.
Alright.
But he can't total a
Everything
7,
went
no.
fine. I
Yeah,
don't
everything's fine.
see
Everything's
the
great.
evil. Oh, yeah, I don't see the boss monster just sitting there stalking us.
Oh no. Nah, all good. So, morning comes after a peaceful, rather uneventful night. And I'm assuming Riven's doing her same morning ritual she always does.
Oh yeah, she's still doing her, daily thing.
That's what I thought. So once again, as was with the first time that they set for watch, Oak wakes up first, and he sees Riven as he did before, with the same whole symbol and looking at the sun and all that sort of fun stuff. Riven.
Hmm.
He sort of looks to Locke to see that he's still mostly asleep. Uh-huh. Your snoring sounds like the purring of a cat. Good job. You don't have to speak about it if you don't wish to, but I've heard that name before. The name that you screamed out 2 nights ago.
You've heard it before.
I have.
She's like looking at him like seriously, like, like, okay, you know this name before. I don't really trust you right now. Explain.
Mm-hmm. He holds his hands up as a means of means no harm, and it's a name that I know as a alias to a deity. I'm assuming I don't know the person that you know. I'm assuming that you knew someone that was named after them, perhaps. But I wanted you to know that I know I've heard that name before.
There's a slight disappointment across her face, but then she just like turns away and just like sticks to her usual self.
Is she making
the person
is she, sorry.
She's actually speaking now. Person was a really dear friend of mine.
See. Sorry I went through you went through whatever it was you went through. Sorry I upset you with saying that I knew of them.
What was that?
He said he's sorry that of whatever it is that you went through. He doesn't know what you went through, but he is empathizing with that. And then he said he's sorry he mentioned the name, perhaps bringing up more old memories as well.
It's fine.
And then he goes and unceremoniously sort of pokes Locke with his staff. Just like, bop. Let's get going.
Alright. Getting back up, dust himself off.
Alrighty. Unless there's any other conversation that Riven wants to have, or Locke, or whoever. Onward and ever northward.
Mm-hmm. Onward.
Alrighty then. Traveling north, you go from having like this loose expanse of tree line to being much more bushy, so that it's not just completely open grassland all the way up, but it's less forest and more sort of foothills kind of thing going on a little bit. With like shrubbery and bushes and all sorts of other fun things around the road. But again, it's another sort of awkward silence in and amongst the group. Yay for having having characters that don't like to talk about things, especially when they almost died. In Oak's case,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
gonna take him a bit to get over that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we now have our next lovely set of watches. Hooray!
It should be fun.
We'll be about here.
Uh-huh. Don't roll a nat 1 this time, Mr. Person. Thank you.
Wow.
Yay!
Wow.
Much better. 25. Alright. So, with that in mind for in a moment, camp is made. Everyone lays down for the night. Once again, Oak gets first watch. And maybe about 30-40 minutes into the watch itself, he's not in an aggressive sort of a way or a worried sort of a way. He nudges at Riven to wake her up. And it's like barely an hour after you've laid down.
It's just like, my turn already?
No. I just there's something out there in the brush, and I recall last time when I made a decision on my own that was not met well, and I just wanted to point out there was something over that way. And he indicates for you to look. You can make a perception check at advantage because he's technically helping. 22. Nice. Okay. So, off in the distance, maybe 40, 50 feet away, in the edges of the brush next to the road, like on the other side of the road from where you guys were camping, you see something that very much strikes you as odd. You see what looks like a person or some sort of humanoid of some sort is just laying on the ground in a very not sleeping manner. They're not sleeping in the dirt like Locke. They're like passed out. And because you actually rolled higher than a 20, congratulations, cool. You see that near where this person is laying in the brush, there are spears stabbed into the ground that very much look reminiscent to spears and javelins that you know. They're goblin spears. So there's somebody unconscious in the brush about 50 feet away, and it's got goblin spears near where they're unconscious.
Okay. How? What's the state of? Did we make a fire?
You did make a fire, yes. Which
Okay.
it's controlled more so mostly by oak. So
She goes and like kicks dirt on it to like put it out real quick,
mm-hmm.
and then tell Oak, wake Locke, quietly sneak that way, like towards it. Like she's being quiet now.
So she's gonna sneak towards it.
She's going to attempt to sneak towards it. Yes.
All right. E.
Ooh, 17.
Nice. Okay, no.
Wow.
Yay, nat ones.
Wow.
Was this Oak being sneaky?
No, that was a perception check.
Oh. Yes. I
Uh-huh.
am gone.
So Locke is over here.
Wake him up.
Yep. Hold on.
Okay.
Scrotums.
What?
What are you doing over there?
He's doing in his sleep.
No, that wasn't in character. I just said scrotums for the hell of it.
Oh, okay.
If we're about to fight goblins, I want to tickle those scrotums and then stab them with my sickle.
Oh my God.
Sorry I slept like shit last night. It's making me a little woohoo.
All right. Yeah. I was trying to set up the battle map, set up the map, but I don't have a effective token for what I was looking for because I was not smart and didn't find one first. Oop.
Whoops.
So over here in this shrubbery on this end down this way is where you're sneaking to.
Okay. Oh, that's the road in the middle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Ah, shoot. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Brian, for helping me figure out how to do a road in a very simple way.
Oh yeah, this is the same map we started with.
It technically is not the same road. I drew that road in. But yes, it is technically the same map.
All right.
Well.
Yeah. So
Riven is going to be sneaky up here. She's gonna go this way.
okie dokie.
And then cut across.
Oak is gently this time, gently nudging to wake up Locke. Brian, sorry, we didn't get much of a watch, or didn't get much sleep yet, but I saw something, and I recall before, where you two not wanting me to do things without letting you know, and Riven is going out to investigate.
Oh.
So she wanted us awake, and he points over across the road. Make a perception check at advantage.
10.
You see,
not perceptive.
you see a something in the bushes. It looks kind of like it could be somebody unconscious or something like that. And there's no way you even remotely see Riven sneaking off at all in that general direction.
I'm
But
gonna do a sneaky myself.
where are you
15.
sneaking? Where are you sneaking to?
I'm not going directly towards the thing. I'm just gonna try and just see if I can get close enough to get a better look and keep an eye on the situation. So, like, you said that it's over here, right?
In this like little triangle of shrubbery. Yeah.
All right. Then in that case, I'll put myself right about here for now.
Edge of the road.
Yeah, edge of the road for the moment. See what I can see.
All right. Locke is sort of going to look between the two of you or between where the two of you just like moved to and stealthed. What was your stealth, Riven? Okay, yeah. Locke or Oak still can see both of you technically.
Yeah. He goes, holy hell, that percep.
Yeah.
So-
So he doesn't even have to try to look for you with passive perception, but
Yeah.
Uh,
Riven's going to attempt to cross the road now.
mm-hmm. You don't necessarily have to roll another stealth across the road.
Okay. Now she's going to get closer.
Okie dokie. You now see better without having to roll perception. There is a unconscious, or what appears to be unconscious human, right about here, that so it has rough and tumble, dark brown hair, appears to be male, at least best you can tell from looking at them face first on the ground, at least from this
what
distance.
What square was it again?
This one right there. Yes, sure.
Okay. Okay, we're good.
Roll me another perception to sort of get a better look around.
Both of us are Riven.
Riven, because she's closer. Or alternately, you could roll survival to try to find tracks, like goblin tracks, if you want to do that.
No, she wants to see if there's anything still hiding, so it's going to be perception.
Okie dokie. Nope.
11.
Nope.
Okay, well, then she moves closer.
All right. Are you going to investigate the unconscious person?
Yes.
This will be fun. Roll medicine.
Oh god, I don't think I have medicine.
I mean, technically, you could still do it. Trained only is not a thing in 5e. Oh!
No.
Yay! Nat 1! Hooray! Oh, he's totally dead.
Shit.
So,
You say there's just spears I recognize? Goblin spears just sticking out of the place?
there's goblin spears sticking in and around the area in which he's unconscious and laying down. How does Riven do a Nat 1 medicine check? How does she look him over? Does she flip him?
She sits there and just touches him and shakes him. Nothing happens. She's like, shit.
Okay, so that's all you do? You just like shake at him?
Just like shake him and be like, hey.
Okay. Roll me reflex.
Oh god, it's a trap.
You mean dexterity saving throw? Because we don't have
Or
reflex
yeah,
here.
dexterity saving throw. Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Additions. They got confusing.
Alternately, if you want, you okay.
15.
Yeah. So you nudge Adam awake, and sort of do a very very bad look over, and you get your hand away just in time, and he reaches out. He goes to reach out to grab you, but you get away just in time, and he is not unconscious. And he is looking at you, and he is he's human, and he's growling, and he actually grabs one of the goblin spears that's just above his head. Roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Shit. 15.15.
Yes, because smart.
The fuck?
Holy crap. Okay.
rolled a 3, which is a -1.
Yes, you did.
Plus,
Hermidor, or Oak, rather, do one of these things. Boop. Wow. Okay.
Not success.
Alright.
wow.
So there's that. And let me roll for a him person.
3.
So 3 for Riven.
Twinkie.
Locke was 15. Oak is 21. And person dude is also a 15. Where's the... Oop. There we go. So, seeing that, Oak seeing that Riven got, like, actually, might as well. It wouldn't be hard for him to see, but he could totally roll like a nat 1 again. Sure. He is going to dash and go over thing, and then something like here to the middle of the road. Technically a little less than 60, so he's gonna go to about there. And he is going to call to Riven and be like, Riven, what's going? And then he sees the clear, ever-present person that just, like, attacked her. And he is going to spend his action to ready an action. He is going to guiding bolt. He's going to ready guiding bolt if this person does anything crazy. Like charge Riven or charge him or something. Locke, what are you going to do for your turn?
Well, let me look at my spells. Also, I can't see the enemy token.
That's because you currently don't have an enemy token. You will in a momentary.
Okay. In a moment.
Yes.
Alright. Well. Okay. I am going to go ahead and point my finger at this spooky thing. Spooky person. And I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
He has to make a DC 13 Wisdom save. If he fails, he takes 14 damage and has to run the fuck away.
DC 14 wisdom save, you said.
DC 13.
13. He's taking
damage.
14 damage. Okay. Does he take half?
No, it doesn't say it's she just shrugs it off.
Okay. So he looks off towards Locke, because you know you had to do some sort of incantations to cast that spell, because I think Dissonant has verbal components.
Yeah.
What does Locke actually say for the spell to not work?
He wasn't really saying anything. He was just doing the verbal chant incantation this time around.
Okay. And it just didn't work.
I when it sounds like, oh, shit.
So he is going to spend his action to get up fully, smirk really big for Riven, towards Riven over there, and in the words of WoW, this is gonna sound stupid, but it's like vicious growls, and I'm just making it derpy because I'm a derpy DM.
Wasn't actually super derpy. That actually was a pretty decent growl.
There you go.
Okay, so what the fuck is he? Is he a werewolf?
Indeed.
Oh boy. That means he's resistant to melee.
He's a werewolf?
He is indeed. He appears to be some sort of lupine individual. Yes.
Okay.
Fortunately, he had to spend his action to shapeshift. So, Locke went. You went. Your turn. Or Locke went. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. It's just like she pulls out her axes and Hunter's marks him.
Oh right. Also.
But
Because you know he did something crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
oh yeah, that's right.
Spell attack. That is a plus. I'm assuming that hits him. You can't have that great of AC. Yeah, that hits him. 4d6. Boom! Wow, really? Okay. Okie dokie. So he wolfs out, gets guiding bolted to the face. Looks closer to Oak, who just shot at him. And then Riven, it's now your turn, and you now have advantage if you use to hit him in melee.
Yeah.
And you did Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
What does Hunter Mark do again?
I get an extra 1d6 damage whenever I hit him.
Okay.
And if they decided to run away, I have advantage on trying to track them down.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna bap bap.
Bap bap. You have advantage on the first attack roll. Or you have advantage on whatever
That's gonna
attack.
be the first one.
Yeah, whenever you attack. Assuming you hit, then yeah. Yeah, you hit.
14. Okay, so that's 6 slashing, and then just a regular 1d6. 4.
So you carve into him with your hand axe. He seems incredibly resilient for being made of flesh.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna bap him again. So,
Bap him again. That also hits.
8 slashing. And then,
Does- Yeah, the d6 would still trigger for it, wouldn't it?
yep.
10 again, just with different numbers this time.
Yeah, so, bap bap.
Alrighty then.
Help.
Oak,
Help me, magic users.
staring down this crazy werewolf, lupine individual.
I'm closer.
Oh yeah. What's you going to do here, Oak? Alright, yeah. So Oak, like, grabs at his little holy symbol thing and just sort of gets his head down. So you're standing over there near him, Riven, and you just sort of look back at Oak for a quick second, and you see him channeling through his holy symbol, and right above this wolf's head, ding! Which is my crappy version of a bell. Anyway. I do believe I'm going to have Locke go first before the wolf, because I did that before. So, Locke, you.
Alright. Locke is going to, that's your... I'm gonna move to about here.
Okay.
And then going to, conjure up the inky blackness in my hand, hold it out, and send out an Eldritch Blast. That is a critical failure.
Oh shit!
Uh,
There's multiple and me.
what's your line of fire there?
My line of fire is...
So spread that out a little further. Past him. Yeah. Riven, roll a dex save.
Oh no. Does she have to beat my spell attack DC?
Yes.
13. Beats 13. Please beat 13.
Well, my armor class is 14, so, but...
You're
Oh god.
Is this the part where I roll damage?
indeed.
Wait, why am I making a reflex save?
Because
Because I accidentally hit you.
Yes,
He's
you,
not-
you...
he's not attacking you. He's attacking the wolf, and it went wild.
Went wide and hit you instead.
So it went wide and hit you.
Okay.
He's not attacking you, so he wouldn't necessarily go against your AC.
Yay.
You took
7,
7 points
ow.
of force damage.
That's
Like-
fine.
Yeah, like
Just
Locke, Locke is still kind of groggy, like, and then he lets it go, kind of flies away. I was like, watches like hit River's like, oh shit, I am so sorry.
It just like hits me in the face, and I'm just like head slightly tilted from when it hit, and it's just like, I will deal with you later.
Alright. So,
Werewolves, Marty.
hello, werewolf person.
Oh god.
Let's see here. Wolf is going to go rawr rawr and attack you.
Oh, okay.
First that. 17.
It hits.
Okay. So this goblin spear that he just picks up, he's swinging at you with.
Okay.
6. You'll take 6 damage as he smacks you with his spear. And he has a multi-attack
Is
because
he
he's cool.
considered a humanoid or beast, by the way?
He is considered humanoid. Yes.
Okay.
He then gets multi-attack because he's cool like that.
Oh boy.
16?
It's...
Alright. So, smack with spear and then arr, bite.
Oh. Oh no. A werewolf bite.
Alice not doing anything? What's our dog doing?
I'm hoping the dog is still carrying his cowering by the campfire.
Yeah, the dog went nowhere near any of this. So, 1d8. Same exact thing as his...
Bite.
The same exact thing as his attack with the spear. 1, 8. And now, if you would please, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Something's up, Riven. You're not feeling so great.
Oh no, Riven's gonna
Poison?
become a fucking werewolf.
Which is actually kind of awesome, but... Actually, no, it's not awesome. Oh
It is
shit.
not awesome.
I gotta fix this.
Yeah.
No, I just remembered my my character's like future patron doesn't like werewolves.
Oh, she doesn't.
No.
This I don't know the specifics of how it works when it's not something by choice.
I just
yeah.
have to go heal. Well, doesn't it like take a few days and then
I'm gonna
you
check
can
that.
get it like healed or something?
Yeah.
But either way, let's continue on with this combat. We'll figure out once we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not gonna come into effect in the combat. We know that.
Yeah.
So that's his turn. That's Locke's turn. That's now your turn.
Just like, shit, you fucking bitch. She's going to cast Ensnaring Strike. Now.
Oh, cool.
What is this? So I'm going to hit the creature. Pap pap.
Okay,
So first one.
that hits.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Is Hunter Smart concentration?
Yeah, I don't get that extra bonus, but this I would do now, so oh well.
You're canceling out Hunter's Mark to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 hits.
5 slashing.
Okay. Alrighty. And
So
then,
now you creature makes a strength saving throw.
what is your DC?
For spells, it is 12.
Okay. Yep.
Damn it. Okay.
Alright.
I'm
How
just
long
gonna
does it-
bap him again.
I'd have to recast it.
Yeah, and I can't. I'm not willing to do that right now.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm just gonna bap
Bap.
him again.
Yep. Oh yeah.
25.
That's almost a crit.
5.
Okay.
He needs to sit there and get better weapons.
Alright, Oak's turn. Oak, it's in the middle of combat, shenanigans are going on, but, yes, Oak is going to, he's going to cast for his turn, let's see, what's your health looking like, Riven? Are you good?
I'm half, but I'm good. Ooh!
Yep, you now have a shield. You're like glowing green for a second. Hooray for you.
I am now sitting at 16. Come at baby. Puppy.
And then you can still do a cantrip, right? With that sort of thing?
I mean, that's a bonus action, so I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Shield
It's
Faith
usually
is
how-
a bonus action to cast.
Shield of Faith is a bonus action, so yeah. Boop. Kaboom.
Doing another toll.
Yes.
Ooh.
1 to 12.
Be good 1 12. Come on. Oh, okay.
Ding! And as he's getting ready to he casts Shield of Faith, and in between setting up to cast Toll the Dead again and Shield of Faith, he yells to Riven, "My dad can fix it!"
Your dad can fix it.
Yep.
Fix what?
You don't know, but he says it.
Alright.
And then it is now Locke's turn.
All right. learning from my mistake from last time. I'm gonna.
It's
This.
just like this inky blackness is just like dripping off of Riven's face, and she's just like now glowing as she just not happy.
All right. Well, I am. Screw it. I'm gonna try Dissonant Whispers again.
All right. Wisdom saving throw, right?
Bells.
Yeah. That's 11 points of damage to him.
11 points of damage. All right.
Yep.
Riven, you're getting attacked again.
Oh no.
Okay. Come at me.
I mean, how's this werewolf looking? Like, how hurt is he starting to look?
Oh, he's
Oh,
not a happy at all. He's still up, but he's well past like a third of his health.
Alright.
Or something like that. Math. I don't feel like doing the craziness to get that actually specific. Let's just say he's near death.
Okay.
So it is a. He's going to smack at you with his claws this time, not his spear. He like just tosses the spear down and goes rah, 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 like a Wolverine on you here.
okay. 2 claw attacks.
Yep. Because he's not biting you anymore.
'Cause he doesn't need to.
So that's a 8. Nope. And 19.
That is.
Rah, rah. Then modify for your claws, dude. What is it? Ah, yes. Pop. 6.
Okay.
And now we have a Riven.
Fuck him up!
Yeah. I'm not happy. So. Bap.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Roll your damage. And by the way,
Okay.
Riven most definitely at this point understands that he's not exactly the easiest for her to cut into.
Yeah. Now. So, because of that, take 8 slashing. Then, Hunter's Prey. 1d8. Oh, come on!
That's a total of 9.
Where did that extra
Then,
D8 come from?
Hunter's Prey. Your tenacity can wear down the most potent foes. You hit the creature with a weapon attack. The creature takes in extra 1d8 damage if it's below its hit point maximum. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn.
Okay.
So now I'm just gonna bap him again.
Have him again. That hits.
12.
Barely, but that hits.
8 slashing.
Uh-huh.
I need some magical weapons, damn it.
Are you doing anything specific with that, or is that just the last attack?
No, that was just the last thing. I already did the...
How do you want to do this?
Awesome!
This is a critical roll, but okay.
I know, right? I just
I don't
wanted to
still
say
know.
it like he does. It's fine.
I'm just like, I first hit him, and it's just like, still not going down, like... She's just gonna, like, reach up and just sink the axe, like, in between the shoulder and neck.
They're like
He,
cutting his head off?
Well, not really. Just sinking in and then pulls him down and be like, "You bit me. No, you're dead." And just like,
Alright.
But yeah, so
Okay.
All right.
and at this point, Riven wants to take a look around to see if there was anything else, just in case.
Okay. You can do perception or
That's a lot
investigation.
of. That was a lot of goblin spears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, 9.
Nope.
9.
Nope. There's nothing around. Just a bunch of
All
goblin
right, well
spheres.
then I guess we loot the body then.
Okay.
As you're doing that, Locke's like coming over, but staying at like that distance there, staying a good 10 feet back from you.
Oh my gosh, you pushed the tree out.
What?
That's not something you see every day. Why are your trees tokens?
Because I'm stupid.
Duh. Put it on the map layer. Jesus.
It's
Now
fine,
they're
he's
not.
learning.
He doesn't like it,
Yeah,
but I'm
like-
learning. Anyway.
Or just like puts
Investigation
away
to look through his corpse.
yeah, and as she like puts her axes away, just like
And Locke's standing there like with his hands held up on a placating just like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
she just like holds up the hand like, okay, stop. 12.
Alright. So looking over the body for this werewolf individual, he has on him a very crude rudimentary map that appears to point off somewhere in a more west sort of direction from where you're going, though you can recognize the rudimentary versions of the road and all that. You can tell that it's in this general vicinity, and it seems to mark like some sort of homestead, effectively, or cave, something. And he also, you find a emerald, oddly enough, on his person. It's kind of crude and looks a little tarnished, but it's an emerald.
Okay, how much would you say the emerald was worth? Or no, we would have to get it appraised. Never mind.
Yeah, you would have to get it appraised.
Okay.
Alright. Oak is... I saw that bite. He bit you, yes?
It's just a bite.
It might not be. We can at least have my dad look at it. He might be able to fix it. We're kind of close to his shrine anyway. But
Like how far?
it'll take maybe half the next day to get up to it. But
Okay.
yeah, we should be relatively close.
We'll stop there early then.
Okay.
All right. You all right, Riven? You got pretty roughed up during all that.
Yeah, I'm a little rough.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Not that it's
I'm
gonna
look at
matter
my
because
hand up.
we're gonna rest anyway. But boop.
What? Ah.
Yay!
Yeah, Locke's like gonna like flick his wrist a few times, like kind of like how one might do to like shake something out of like a tube or something. Like, what were you doing wrong, you stupid piece of? Like slowly meandering back over to the campfire.
Whoo! Okay, I'll take that 13.
Mm-hmm. What did Locke
Right,
say as he
so-
was walking away?
He's just
He
talking
was,
to us.
yeah, he was just muttering to his hand, like, "Why did you go so far off course, you stupid piece of crap?" Shaking his wrist like he's trying to shake something out of it. Just piece of garbage.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess we're gonna head back to our little camp then and
Yep.
rest.
And then continue with the rest of your watch.
Well, it
Yes,
would
sir.
be Locke's turn to watch. No,
It would be Locke's.
Oak has to. Well, no, because it was only like 1 hour into
Yeah.
Oak's, so Oak needs to finish, then Locke, then Riven.
Oak finishes his. Rather uneventful. He keeps looking over to, not that anyone sees it, but our audience viewers. He keeps looking over to Riven as she's asleep. And Locke, your watch, perception?
2.
Everything is great. We're good. Riven,
Mm-hmm.
in and amongst all of your sleep, just as quote unquote Locke would be coming to wake you, you dream something you've never really dreamed before. You are running through a forest that you don't know, that you don't recognize. And you are not you. You are a wolf.
Ooh. Seems interesting.
Yep. And though the the real you, doesn't know this forest, the dream you does. This seems like home.
Hmm. Okay.
That's all your dream is. You're running through the forest. You end up chasing a rabbit, and just as you're getting to the rabbit, ready to pounce in your dream, Locke wakes you up. How do you wake her up, Locke?
Pretty much the same as last. I'm just gonna call it her from the other side of the fire.
Perception with disadvantage again?
Yes.
Can I turn that to just not disadvantage? You know what? Never mind. She rolled on.
That's fine. I wake up.
Like if ever I call to her and she doesn't wake up, then I'll like. Do I have mage hand? I don't remember if I have.
You do have mage hand. You use it to pet the
I
puppy.
You could just
Right.
poke me with that now.
Yeah. So it's like if ever my voice doesn't cut it, then I'll poke you like in the cheek with mage hand or something. Poke. But that 15 probably did it.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Poke you on the
So
nose, just-
you're going to actually you're going to you're going to wake up, or you're going to attack and pounce on the rabbit as a wolf, and then from the rabbit's face turns to see you, Riven, in Locke's voice, and then you wake up.
What? It's just like a slight jump, just like, what?
Your turn.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll go find a nice spot of dirt and just.
All right,
Bag of meat. 22.
nice. So I have a question for you, Riven.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you said earlier, I'm assuming that Riven the character does, as much as Sam might think it's cool, Riven the character does not want to be a werewolf.
Well, that's the thing.
You could also roll nature to see if you're more aware of what's been going on.
But she'll roll a nature check, see if, like, just like, if she
Aware of
thinks
what's going on.
that she's, like, if something is actually wrong with the bite or not. Nope.
Fair
But
enough.
the bite mark. She doesn't know what's up with that, but okay.
Yeah. Alright. So, wake up. Morning comes as normal. You do your same thing you do every morning, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He bit you at like your neck, and as you're going through your morning routine, it's kind of itchy.
Really sore, itchy or sore, and just like, eh.
Yeah. It's like a mosquito bite kind of a thing.
It's like the whole bite mark is like still there. It didn't like the scar didn't go away.
Right. Yep.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
And we're only going to travel like a half a day to Oak's father's
Shrine thing. Yeah.
outpost.
Shrine
Okay.
outpost sort of thing. So you make it up that way. Once again, it's sort of this tense silence, just because whatever conversation does happen, because it probably does, is not important to the story, and I just want to get you to Yukiegi. But you do make it to a. It's basically a small little outpost shrine thing, like one building all by itself, that sort of breaks the empty expanse of the grasslands and going into the foothills and snow up towards Yukiegi. And when you get there, or before you get there, you see Kelathir, and he smiles and waves in greetings to see three of you. And yeah, Oak sort of walks up and we decided to make a trek up to Yukiegi. Locke had something he needed to take care of, and Riven seemed to also want to travel back north. I decided to follow. I think along the way we were attacked by a werewolf, so might want to look Riven over if she'll let you. He sort of raises an eyebrow and looks to Riven.
He bit me, okay?
A werewolf.
Yes. That's what we think it is.
How do you feel? Does the wound still... Is the wound still uncomfortable? Does it itch? Does it burn? Anything?
It itches, but I feel fine.
It may still be... Do allow me to see if I can't get rid of the bite for you.
Sure.
How long will it take?
He just clutches at the same sort of holy symbol that Oak's been carrying around and waves and gesture over where the bite was, touches you on the shoulder, and then bite no longer itchy, bite no longer there at all.
So it's good?
Yeah. I mean, feels
Alright.
better to you. Very much better to you.
Okay.
So you're traveling up to Yukiegi then?
Yes.
He looks to Oak and he's... Well, I received word recently that your sister's back up in town again. You might see her in the bar. Oh, really? Okay. And
So,
anyone who's curious about that conversation can roll insight.
Locke will.
Nope.
That's a critical failure. Jesus Christ. Why are we rolling nothing but ones tonight?
A lot of ones. This isn't
of
critical
ones.
botch. I mean, come on.
No, that was years ago.
Uh-huh. Alright. So, yeah.
I don't think we glean anything from that then.
Nope. Riven gonna roll inside or no?
She did. She rolled a 5.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. All is good.
So, what's the plan from here? Are we going to just keep moving now that that's taken care of, or are we thinking we're going to rest here early, or what are we doing?
Well, if Riven feels okay, I would assume we just travel on north.
Hmm.
Although, I don't think your reason to go to Yukiyagi is on any kind of time crunch, or are you in a rush to go up that way, or...
I'd rather get there sooner than later.
Fair enough. Riven, you good?
Yeah, then I guess we should head up there.
Right.
Thank you.
He nods. And everyone makes their way traveling northward again.
Yay!
All right, so
We got...
there is actually
Another
ac-
night's sleep.
there is actually something I kind of want to do, like in the middle of the travel.
Okay.
Like at some point while we're on the road, I'm going to just kind of put a little bit of distance between myself and the others. Not a lot, like just enough so I can whisper in private. I'm going to pull out my copper wire and I am going to cast message to my mother.
Hmm.
And
Okay. Is there any distance on that?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I remember like characters in Critical Role being able to do it for like horrifyingly massive distances. So I would assume no. I'll check. Hang on.
Yeah.
Message.
120 feet.
Ah.
You're not
Damn.
quite that close to Yukiyagi.
Oh, well, I mean, I was planning on checking to see whether or not my mom was even there yet, or if she was behind us, because I figured we started ahead of her.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I
I
mean,
was gonna say if we stay here, I mean, there was a chance that we could probably have run into her on the road, but
So what?
Keep going.
So then, what was the spell that? It was sending is the one. Okay.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Sending's a really far distance one.
Okay. Then I'll have to acquire that at some point. Good to know. Assuming warlocks can get it. I genuinely
They might be
do
able
not
to.
know. Well, that is a case for me to check the warlock spell list.
Anyway. So,
Yep, so never mind. So never mind that. Then I don't have the thing I need to do that.
right. Okay. So you travel up north some more. And once again laying down for, is this like still getting to a day away?
Okay.
Alright. Perception checks as people lay down for the night once again. Yay. Okay. Yeah. So once again, this time you're not going to go into any kind of battle map or anything. Yeah. Actually.
Do, do, do.
Okay. So, Locke is then later um, woke up for his second watch, and upon waking up, um, he you notice that there's an extra person at your camp. He looks like he's been traveling, and he actually has um, um, like a full-on bedroll, camp tent, whole 9 yards. Um, he looks maybe half elf. Sort of salt and pepper sort of hair, and he's actually smiling as Oak goes to wake you up.
I'm going to quickly. I'm immediately on the defensive because stranger I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like, I'm not conjuring any spells or anything, but I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on him and sort of sitting up and in a position to bolt if I have to.
I was gonna say if you freak out, just yell Riven.
Look up, I was like, who is that?
He's someone that was traveling through here. He's not. Does not seem untrustworthy. I was going to make an attempt to wake you up as I did before, but he thought that it'd be better for you to still get your sleep. He's actually seems to be a bit of a traveling merchant of sorts, and he wanted to meet both of you on his own and give you the chance to buy things you may not necessarily have had. He's an interesting character, though he won't give me his name.
What time is it? I look up. Sky, it's like dark out.
It's still fairly dark. It's probably like you do the middle watch in the night, so it's probably like 3 or 4 a.m. or something. Or no, the sundown would be at like 9 or 10. So closer to like 1 or 2.
All right.
Very much middle of the night.
All right.
What is the puppy doing?
Puppy's asleep with you.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. Suppose it can't hurt to see what he wants. I'll kind of amble my way over.
Hello there.
Hi.
This is quite the adventuring party you're traveling with, son. Which, by the way, you realize now looking closer and having him said that, he's probably mid to late 50s. And that's for a half-elf, which means he's much older.
Yeah. My tall friend said that you're a merchant.
Of sorts, yes. I travel around giving something to those who need them. I can't help but notice that you're down a bed. You don't have a bedroll. Sort of looks over to where you were
So
sleeping.
this merchant just shows up to sell camping supplies too.
I look down at myself for a second, look at him, narrow my eyes. Are you casting a mind-reading spell or something?
He saw where you woke up from. You were asleep on the dirt.
Well, because that's exactly what I was going to ask. Do you sell bedrolls?
Oh. Yes, I do.
Well then. I would
think
like
it's
to
like-
purchase a bedroll.
It's like 2 silver, I think, in the book.
I have plenty of silver. That is
Yes.
no problem.
Uh-huh. You now have a bedroll. Congratulations.
About fucking time. I don't have to sleep in the dirt.
It
Yep.
is just ever so slightly better. Next, we just need a tent that fits us.
Indeed.
So why
Once
are you
Locke
traveling, son?
What?
Why are you traveling?
My reasons are my own, and I'd rather not get into them with someone I just met.
Fair enough. And he
Locke will
grows
kind of,
silent.
Locke will kind of mumble a quiet thanks for the bedroll, and then head back to where he was, set it up, and I guess it's time for my watch then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I'll take watch. Perception check.
Perception check indeed.
14. Not shit.
Well,
Not great, but not shit.
seems pretty peaceful. Not a whole lot going on.
All right. Then when time comes for Riven's watch, I'll second verse, same as the first, call to her.
Yep. Perception at disadvantage. Oh yeah, you're fine. Wow, you rolled the same thing.
Dual 13s.
Yep. So you wake up. And you find that Oak has, or that Locke has a friend. Older, half-elven man with sort of salt and pepper hair.
I'm not sitting near him.
No, I know you're not sitting near him, but he's near the campfire, which was closer to the middle of the area. So
She's just like looking between them, and I just like slowly grabs one of her axes, just like slightly, just bring it closer to her. Just like, who's your friend, Locke?
I don't believe I caught your name.
I'd rather give it when all three of you are awake.
Well, there you go, mister. I'll give it to all three of you when you're all awake. Now then, Riven, it's your turn for watch, so I'm
Good
gonna,
dad joke.
I'm gonna lie down.
Okay.
You notice, Riven, that he lies down and he has a bedroll now.
Where did you?
I point at the guy with the stupidly long name.
She just like looks at the guy and gives a raised eyebrow. Just like, what?
I am a traveling merchant of sorts. If there's anything else that you require, I may be able to give it.
Can you do appraising?
Depends on what needs appraising.
A gem.
Sure.
She just holds up the emerald.
I'd say probably 25, 30 gold. Something of the sort, depending on who you sell it to.
Okay.
Where did you find such a thing?
Just
Looks a
lying
little
on the ground.
tarnished.
It was laying on the ground.
Huh. Fair enough. Okay, Raven, there's probably nothing else you want to say to him, so your watch, go. Whoosh.
$16.
Yep. Seems peaceful. Not a whole lot going on. Yeah, 16. Not a whole lot going on. If you'd rolled like over a 20, I'd say you, like, because you're, a day's travel away from town and middle of the night, sun comes up, sort of thing, you'd be able to sort of see the cusp of the town as you're getting closer to it. I mean, it's still a day's travel away, but this is flatland, so. But, yeah. Night's peaceful. Do you look to your, necklace?
Yeah, she kind of just like looks at the guy and then kind of like moves away.
Yep.
And does her thing.
You go through your whole thing. He doesn't really bother you at all. And then when morning comes, more fully, and everyone's awake, sort of looks to the four of you, because he now more notices in the light that you have a dire wolf pup.
Just pat, pat.
Um,
Is he going?
and-
"Grr."
and Hallis was like mostly asleep for the whole night, so he didn't really seem to notice. The old man didn't really seem to notice him.
Mhm.
But now he does. He's an interesting little motley crew you got traveling together here.
You can say so. You didn't rest all night, did you?
I don't rest a whole lot, no.
Well, we're all awake now, and you said you'd tell us your name when that happened, so...
Indeed. You all may call me, assuming you see me again. Trainek is
What? I didn't quite catch that.
Trainek, which is this.
Okay.
Okay.
Trainek.
For a second, there I was worried you were going to say Frederick.
No, not Frederick. Trainek.
Okay.
Almost, now that I look at it, it almost looks like train wreck, but anyway.
Our interactions with this guy would certainly fit that description.
It would
Yep.
actually, kinda. And so he gives you three a smile, and sort of gets up slowly. And if it appears rather apparent, considering how close we are, that you three are traveling to Yukiegi.
Could be.
If you do, go to stop by the tavern. Let the barkeep know that you saw me traveling around.
Sure.
She may be curious of where I disappeared to. He
Okay.
makes the move to walk away from your camp. And now, more on his feet and moving. You guys see that he also actually happens to have a like a walking cane, walking stick.
Hmm.
Huh.
And he walks away from camp into the morning air, down the roads more southward, away from where you guys are going.
Strange fellow.
Yeah, I guess gonna be exhausted in a couple hours.
That-
Yukiegi's still around about another day's travel. We should probably get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Perception checks.
Uh-oh. Were we robbed?
Just roll
Shit.
perception. 11 from
11.
Locke. 16
12.
from Oak. And 12. It's fairly open, and he's not making any effort to hide it because he trusts you guys, or at least he seems to trust Oak. And Oak would see it anyway and point it out to you, since you guys didn't technically roll 15s. Once he gets like 30, 40 feet away, Oak's sort of watching him, and he points it out to you guys. Wait, where did... He's gone. He was walking on the road and he's gone. You two turn back to look and he's gone. He just up and disappeared, like he went invisible.
Detect magic. I'm going to detect magic and walk within range.
What's the range on detect magic?
I think it's like 30 feet.
So you're gonna go running after him and go and be like,
No,
I'm
no,
detecting magic!
no. It's like I'm walking like just 10 feet. Yeah, it's within 30 feet.
Okay. You have
So
to
it's
sort
like I
of.
just see. I just like walk 10 feet back and just like 5 paces or so.
Okay. You cast up detect magic?
Yep. Do I sense anything unusual?
Nope.
Let's move faster. Let's move
Yes.
faster.
Yeah, I dropped the detect magic, and I'm now moving at a brisk pace. To hell with what the others think. I am walking fast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow.
All right. And Oak is like following to keep pace, and is Locke, are you okay?
I don't like it when people disappear and it looks like it's magic and there's no magic.
There's no. Okay, that's weird.
Very
Yes,
weird.
it is. Yes, it is weird. That's why I think we should move faster.
Right. Yes. Um. And everyone makes their way up towards Yukiegi, and you end up uh, roughly night's travel. Uh, you're maybe you're on the very cusp outskirts of town itself. You could travel in the dark for a little bit and actually make it into town if you wanted to sleep in town. But if you still wanted to camp out outside, you could totally do that as well.
Let's
All right.
get to the tavern.
Yeah, let's get to the tavern. I'd rather sleep where there's walls and, with any luck, patrols of guards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe actual food.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
All right. So we travel into the town of Yukiegi.
Ooh.
And we all get to see my magnificent town mapping skills, which are actually quite shit.
Boop.
That's not bad. Though I imagine Yuki is actually a little bit bigger than this.
This is like just a part of it, I think.
Yeah. It's very much this is just a part of it. Like this big manor here is I had initially described it as like in the back of the town itself, but I did that so that because at the time I wasn't thinking that, this is probably a much bigger town. So by all accounts this is probably closer to like the center as opposed to the back, and then therefore there's like expanse of this big of town in all directions around it. It's just you're in this particular part of it. And I actually like how it came out. You three we're not gonna necessarily go visiting every single house in this town, but yeah. Alright. So, this over here is the tavern.
Okay, we're gonna go in there.
Yep.
Alright. So, interesting thing of note here. Locke's never been here before. Oak has.
I have not.
Oak has. And before, like, just before everybody enters into town, or enters into the tavern, Oak's like, okay, Locke, I don't think you said before that you haven't been here before.
I have not, no. Why?
Okay, I just want to point out, just so that you are aware, much like me, the, innkeeper here is a, not so common race, shall we say. And, Riven, you, if you wish, can roll wisdom to see if you remember the innkeeper. You probably spoke to him before, but it's been a while.
13.
Yeah. 13.
Locke's kind of like gonna put on like this brave face, like,
I mean, I can shoot and keep blackness that vaporizes goblins out of my hands, and I have a black book that talks to me. I think I
Fair
can.
enough.
Wait, your book talks to you now?
Locke's just gonna walk inside.
Click on that link. You will see a a variation on the race that is the innkeeper.
So blue-skinned person.
It's a Ravnica race.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw that when you said Loxodon.
Hmm. It's one of these people. Vediclin, or Vedicrin. Bleh, words. Vedaiken, because I.
That-
Or is that an L?
That's an L.
That's an L.
Vedalken. Yeah, Vedalken.
Alright.
Vedalken. Really. I'm not Southern. Anyway.
Bullshit.
Dude. Anyway. Yeah, one of them.
Well, I'm less interested in the blue fishy person behind the counter, and my eyes are gonna sweep for any sign of who I'm here for.
Make a perception check.
Wait,
Do I get advantage because I know who I'm looking for?
Sure.
All right.
and Oak, I'm
Natural
assuming.
20. If
Wow.
she's here, I will
Real
see
quick.
her.
Oak also. Like, is Oak coming into the tavern?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Slip.
Yep. So Vidalkin, male Vidalkin, innkeeper. He's loosely robed, sort of cleaning at the. Since it's late at night, he's sort of cleaning at the dishes and things. Sees the three of you walk in. Smiles as he sees Oak, and he's Ermidor. Interesting. I wasn't expecting you. And Oak is like, yeah, my new friends here decided to travel up this way, so. And you three need a room then? Well, 3 separate rooms, of course.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Right.
Is the person I'm looking for just not here?
Oh, yeah. Your perception check, you look around the room, you see, yeah, she doesn't appear to be here now. Not at least not out in the, like, bar, tavern part of the inn this late at night, no.
Try message.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll sit down at a table, just like relax for a second, and while I'm doing that, I'll kind of pull out my copper wire and like hold it in front of my mouth by like cupping my hands over it and make it look like I'm just breathing into my hands because there's snow outside, it's cold. It's like I'm just trying to warm my hands up, but what I'm actually doing is I'm sending a message and seeing if the person I'm looking for is within the radius of the spell, which is 120 feet.
Roll for me, is it still a thing in 5e? Sleight of hand, is that still a thing? Yes, it is.
It is. It is. I don't know why that would apply here, though.
To hide the copper wire.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, okay. You're good. You're going-
Riven's gonna walk over to the bar.
Alright. So does casting message require you to... I guess it assumes that you sort of call forth you're looking for a specific person, so if it's in range it says like yes, and then you can send them a thing?
Let's hear. It reads, you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message to the target, and only the target hears the message. You can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Oh,
can
it's a
cast it-
line thing. It's not a
can-
radius.
Hang on. You can cast this spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. So, yeah, no. So, fuck all that then. Damn, the spell's useless.
Well, I think I'm DM, and it says you can cast through solid objects, assuming you're familiar with the person.
All right.
So, yeah, you could, if you think she's here, I would let you sort of weave your senses through the rooms adjacent, the upstairs rooms, to see if you can find her. Which in doing so, yes, she is here.
In that case, I will send the message, I'm downstairs. And just leave it at that.
Okay. And there's
Loud clunker.
there's a moment where there's nothing, and then you hear your mother's voice. I'm coming. Meanwhile,
All right.
I'm at the bar.
you're at the bar.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, something like that.
No, just meanwhile, 5 feet away at the bar.
Yep, you're at the bar.
Real quick, I want to take a look around and see what are there like any other patrons like hanging about.
Not really. Actually, yeah, not really.
Oh, okay.
Not that you can see. I mean, there's a place that's like off in the corner where it appears
It's, like,
that a lot of
super
drinks.
dark.
That's well, it's not super dark. It's just that it's sort of at the edges of the bar, like on the far right, and it looks like there was a lot of drinks put that way in quick succession.
Like,
the
are
person-
there still mugs over there?
Yeah, they just haven't been cleaned up yet. He's going around the bar, and you guys caught him as he was starting. And It's like
Riven
the
kind of is like slightly
bar in.
curious and just like kind of want to like go and like peek over the edge. See if the person's like passed out on the floor.
Make a perception check.
18.
Nope, there's no one over there.
Okay.
Are you just using perception checks to determine whether or not there is actually something there?
No, I'm not. I'm rolling.
Okay.
You're making use of perception checks when it makes sense for your character to be trying to look for something. That doesn't necessarily mean something's there.
Okay, because I mean, like, I know, like, way back in the day, I used to, like, predicate whether or not there was actually something there based off of the rolls.
No.
Yeah.
I usually don't do that unless I decide at that particular point in time. In this case, no.
All right.
Okay. Well, anyway, she's just like gonna get a drink.
What would you like?
Mm,
Something strong,
Okay.
something not so strong.
what can a gold get me?
What's that?
What can a gold get me?
Medium strong, perhaps?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Trinek? Says hi.
He sort of tilts his head at you. He's like, how do you know that name?
He sold him a bedroll.
I'll just wave. Eh,
You're off in a corner away from the bar. You don't hear this.
no, fair enough.
And Riven is just pointing at at the backup Locke.
I sort of see this as the moment when Locke was casting the spell, so he's not even focused and looking at you.
Yeah.
This would be the point that the barkeep would know that he's casting a spell if the sleight of hand had been lower than like 10. But okay. And I don't suppose you saw where he was going.
South.
That's okay.
Well, he started south, and for some reason we lost track of him. But drink.
Yeah, he hands you off a drink.
How
roll
much
me-
for the 3 rooms?
Roll me insight, Riven.
Okay.
19.
19.
Nice. And it's a wonder you don't pick up on stuff like this. In a very similar vein to uh, actually to like the three of you in general. He doesn't seem to be. He goes silent about the half elf old man. Um, because he seems sad. Though he's not saying anything about it, and he gives you a drink.
Thanks. How much are for the 3 rooms?
Well, we currently only have sort of thinks about it a second. We do have 3 rooms left. They're our last 3, so you're looking at probably 2 gold apiece.
Okay. Pay 6.
Are you giving him 6
Yeah, she's paying for the rooms.
rooms, plural?
That's what you
Yes,
said.
rooms.
Okay, making sure. My headphones are being stupid right now for some reason. You're paying for all 3 of you then.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice that Oak, he's sort of set off to the side, like opposite the corner that Locke was, and he just seems to be, sort of meditating, or something akin to meditating, off in the corner by himself. And the barkeep sort of just like, so you're paying for all 3 of you then.
Mm-hmm.
He hands you 2 gold back. His room's already reserved.
What do you mean his room is already reserved?
Someone else paid it for him.
Who?
Assuming he came by. If he paid it in advance, perhaps if he came by.
Who?
His wayward sister, younger Lynn.
That's not a name I heard of his sibling.
He has a lot of siblings. And none of them the same race as him.
Okay.
I'm assuming you knew that already. Unless you didn't go with him and his.
Yes.
Fair enough. Sort of cleaning out a different glass.
What?
And he.
Last thing. What rumors have you heard about? Towards that came from like area northwest of us. Here.
Nothing very pressing. There was words of, like, goblin travel down further south, but other than that, nothing of note.
Oh. Okay.
And he sighs and actually finally makes it to where he's getting where all the mugs were. Speaking of younger Lynn, let's just say she keeps keeps a high tab here.
She does pay for the tab, right?
She did. All, what is this, 7 of them? Yes. Thankfully she didn't pass out in my floor this time.
That's a good thing.
I think she's found her limit. And she was staying well under that with these 7, so...
It's taking a long time for Mom to come downstairs.
Oh yeah, that conversation is happening, and then It actually does take her like a good 5 minutes to come downstairs. Um, she had to.
In that time, can I quickly add an addendum to my message saying, "Oh, and don't use my real name. Call me Locke."
Lock. Okay. And at that point is when you see her actually starting to make her way downstairs.
Kind of raise a hand just to get our attention, like,
Yep. She sort of looks among the other patrons in the bar, or what few are here, and
So Locke's sitting at a table by himself. Oak is in another corner, and Riven's at the bar.
and that's the only patrons downstairs currently. He sort of looks to Riven, then walks over to Locke and sits down at the table next to him. She starts to make the gesture as if she wants to hug, but she stops herself.
Hey. I'm surprised you made it here ahead of us. I thought we were ahead of you.
Sort of tilts her head at you. Ahead of? You spoke to me a month and a half ago, Locke.
What?
Oh,
Wait, what? What?
Huh?
No, that's not right. It was only a few nights ago. Less than a week. What?
That's some strange magic he's got.
kind of look down at my pouch, eyes narrowed.
Yes. Strange. I'm sorry we kept you waiting.
I've only actually been here maybe a week, but it took me a little longer to get here than I want. I thought I'd leave you waiting, but apparently, Vinsvept had other ideas.
I never pegged him for a pranker.
I wouldn't
or
necessarily
someone
think
who
this.
uses time magic.
You're not there, Riven.
You're at the
I
bar.
know, she's enjoying her mug of ale? Beer?
Ale,
Mead?
yeah.
Whatever.
It's actually pretty good tasting.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been to this bar before, so you kind of know a decent chunk of you know, this guy's got some good brewing skills, as it were.
And she's gonna order 3 more.
You're gonna order 3 more?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I will say, on that note, that with me, when it comes to, like, specifically D&D style, like, drinking and all that sort of fun stuff.
Oh, only one of these 3 is for her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, good
She's
enough.
gonna, like, get up from the bar and take 3 whenever he's done and just go and takes one to Oak first.
What's the occasion, Riven?
We've been through how many fights? Think we could use a little break.
3. Yeah, sure. And then he takes a drink from you.
Okay.
Then you head over to Locke and his mother.
I mean, they can still keep going on with their conversation for a little
Yeah.
bit before she interrupts.
Yeah.
Locke's kind of just gonna go. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I had heard and read a little bit about the kind of magic a creature like Vindsvept had. I don't know his magic. I don't know him. But I know the kind of otherworldly being that he is, and they, according to the text, had abilities that were incomprehensible. So I suppose this lines up, as strange as it is.
Hmm.
You brought me back
Locke's
to
just
you. I'll take that.
Locke's kind of falling silent, like the distant look on his face.
And that's when Riven
Occasionally
shows up.
twitching.
And she just like plants the mug down in front of him.
Oh, uh, 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 mother, this is Riven. Riven, this is my mother.
She raises an eyebrow.
Hello.
Hmm.
You must be the young woman that screamed a goblin to death.
Locke is going to turn a subtle shade of pink.
Riven looks at Locke and be like, he didn't die from a scream. He died from my axe.
That makes more sense.
Sorry, I was dreaming.
Yes, as a person who made a Noel laugh its brains out.
I did that, and I vaporized a goblin, and I lit a village of goblins on fire, and I shot a harpy out of the air. I think that happened.
Missed.
And I also shot you in the sorry?
Gonna look down into his drink and then take a very big swig and then start coughing.
It's not water, boy.
I can tell.
What's your... Okay. After this, there's a sigh, and your mother is actually
Wait.
smiling.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there a disappointed look that her son is in there drinking alcohol?
No, she's smiling. I mean, I assume the quote-unquote legal drinking age in D&D fantasy world is 16, not 18.
If there even is one.
True,
mean, yeah.
there's that.
And how there wasn't like a legal drinking age established in the Wild West, I don't think. If you had money, you could get booze.
Fair, yeah. So, I mean, it's not a big thing. She's never seen Locke drink, but he's a growing boy, and he's not trapped in a hoity-toity fancy hometown.
Hoity toity.
Prim, proper, regal, pretty, all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Hoity toity.
Pompous,
Hoity-toity.
arrogant.
High and mighty, that kind of thing.
Well, it's good to see you, Locke.
Yeah.
Facial muscles are starting to twitch a little bit.
Like in crying, I'm guessing?
Definitely pent up emotion. That's on the verge of being let out, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to find me a means to make a new name for myself here in this town. So, I'll be here. If your friends want to hang out a while, not go too far away, sure. But you're free to do what you want.
Oh, did I get the room keys, by the way?
You did, yeah. You would have.
Okay.
I just didn't like voice that because that's a more obvious thing. But yeah.
Okay. She just hands one to Locke.
Thanks.
And then goes back over to Oak and sits with him.
Oak sort of tilts his head and looks over to Locke. And I'm guessing that's a relative of his, maybe?
Yes. Slides key over.
Oh. You paid for the rooms too? Really?
But I had the gold.
Well, yes, but we all had the gold.
Really? How much gold do you have?
Goes through his pouch of gold
Like,
for
I
a
have
second.
to sit there and look. Just like,
I have
Sure.
gold. I have gold equal to a sex position, so
then we should have made you paid.
no. Too late.
I have a decent sum currently. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you.
It's fine.
But in the next town, next tavern, if we continue to do this traveling around, I'm paying for that one.
Well, technically, your room was already paid for.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He sort of like does a slow face palm. Of course.
Yangolin?
Youngerlin.
I know I'm Youngolin. I know I botched it up.
Which is, for sake of, thing. That. Youngerlin. Hmm? He sort of looks over to the corner, the dark corner that the barkeep is now finally getting to all the mugs of. Finishing like the second to last one.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably hers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently it was a light night for her.
Lighter. I suppose she finally learned that she doesn't need to drink anyone under the table when there's no one there. Okay, well. Yeah. I guess I'll sort of turn in for the night. You'll get to meet my sister in the morning. My other sister. My older sister.
Shall be interesting.
Yeah. And, he, starts to move to turn in for the night. It is pretty late.
Yeah, Riven's just gonna finish her drink. Beep, beep.
Mm-hmm.
And just because... she's okay.
Well, see, here's the thing. I was gonna be mentioning that earlier.
Yes.
I was sort of going to. It's weird, but I don't like I don't like the idea that, say, you have a dwarf character, for instance, or an half orc, or any of the big tough burly sort of races. Um, if you happen to have a character who has a low con score on a con centric race, that's the thing that can happen. Unless you as the player want them to have a weak constitution when it comes to drinks, I sort of feel like it's innately in them biologically that they can resist drinks decently.
One thing that I think could actually work relatively well is have a base number of not super powerful drinks they could have that's equal to whatever half of their constitution is rounded down, and then you have to start making rolls to avoid passing out.
So,
Or-
like, is it the +2 or?
No, like just to straight up their score.
Okay, so half of it rounded down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
I can
that-
drink 7 easily.
Alternatively, you could just roll with the modifier. Either way. I personally think, but again, this is like for like light drink.
I don't know,
like,
if I get
like
into
just
it,
like a
I might
regular
have a drink.
beer. Just like a regular beer in terms of alcohol content. Something more intimidating,
Ah.
it might be a bit more intense.
Yeah.
Might happen sooner. But that's just like something I would homebrew, because that just makes sense in my head.
It
Right.
does.
And see, the reason that I add race into part of it is,
Dwarves are like heavy drinkers.
yeah,
Still respect water.
orcs, and specifically orcs and dwarves, are heavy drinkers. And dwarves in particular are hardy and resilient and fun stuff like that. Plus, we have a. That's Riven I'm looking at. I don't want to look at Riven. Youngerlin, here you are. Yes, as a dwarf, Youngerlin has dwarven resistance, which is advantage against saving throws against poison. Which technically, alcohol is a kind of poison.
Oh, they say pick your poison for a reason.
Exactly. So I feel like even though Riven and Youngerlin have close to the same Constitution score, because Youngerlin is a
It
dwarf,
still would be nice to sit there and have a,
it would be funny to have a
drinking
drinking contest. Yeah, you'd be down for that in a heartbeat.
Okay then.
Anyway, moving on. So you down your drink and head up to sleep, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Alright.
Locke's not in any rush, though.
Oh, I know he's not.
Oh, the puppy is still following me.
Oh yeah, you have a puppy.
Yep. So, Hollis.
It's
You-
just
you have a
that's just
puppy.
that's just bounding about.
Probably sniffing at all the cool shit.
But
Puppy!
Puppy.
which the barkeep sort of looks at, raised eyebrow, and just
Just
oh well.
see as we're going up the stairs, the puppy going.
Tick-a-tick,
Following.
tick-a-tick, 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 tick-a-
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, okay. Well, I have a busy morning tomorrow, so I think I'm going to turn back in. This was said by, of course, your mother.
Yeah.
Right. I've been scared, you know.
Still talking to her before she takes off.
Right, yeah. Say I'm still scared?
Yeah.
been scared since I started running. It's never gotten easier. It's never gotten better.
Even with your companions?
I'm scared of them too. I wasn't ready to leave, and I did. I had no choice, and
Just gonna thump my face onto the table and let out a long groan of just frustration and exhaustion. Just. Ugh.
Well, hearing what Riven said about the things that you have accomplished traveling with them, you're learning. And you're learning fast.
I'm being given. I'm not learning anything. I'm not doing it like you did.
You're learning something I never could. You're learning about some otherworldly being, or that's knowledge I could never hope I could never even begin to understand. And it might be impossible for you to understand, but you know more than I do.
Well, it's not through any ability of my own that I'm understanding it.
How do you know that?
I sort of just look at my hand, let some of the inky blackness of Eldritch Blast swirl around my hand.
This is not something I can do on my own. I know that. I tried to be, like you for a long time, and it didn't work. Even against all of the...
The hand tightens into a fist.
Against all of their words, even with all of that weighing me down, I tried so hard, and I just couldn't. This isn't me. This is the book I have in my pack that made me kill a child. What I have now is borrowed.
You're learning that control. The magic may come from him. It belongs to you. It's yours to wield. He gave it to you.
Who's to say he can't take it away just as easily then? I didn't earn it! I wanted to prove I was better, and I'm being given a shortcut because I'm handicapped.
What do you remember that I told you about your dad?
Not a lot. Never really
He-
talked about him much.
He ran away, much like you did.
Yes, I remember that part. That's the part everyone got on my case about.
He ran away for no reason, and then the village was attacked. He was deemed the source of that attack. But I don't believe he was. And just like that, just like him, I don't think it's any fault. You can't say that the magic is not yours to control. Magic is not you that's doing all these things, and then blame yourself for the attack on the kid. On the child. If you blame yourself for the child's death, then that in and of itself saying that the magic is yours to control. I don't know why Vindsvept decided to give you this magic, but I don't think it's him that will decide if it's a blessing or a curse. I think it's you.
Well, if the first thing I did with it is any indication, I think the answer's pretty clear.
And what happens if at some point in the future you end up saving someone with that magic? So a curse?
I don't know. Even the most broken things can have a polished side, I guess. You can have someone who's crippled, but their wheelchair looks really nice. Polished, jeweled, that kind of thing. It comes with
Wheelchairs don't
utilities, I
exist
don't
in
know.
fantasy world.
Shut up, first of all. They might!
Well, I suppose they could.
They have it in Game of Thrones, where magic's basically non-existent. We can have them here.
Sure, yeah.
It might not be common, but
Look, maybe it is mine to control. But that doesn't change the fact that it's not really my power. I may be able to use it. Maybe I can control it. But it's still not mine. I didn't earn it. I didn't study for it. I didn't train. I found a book. Sneaking around when I wasn't supposed to, no less. And, here we are. For whatever reason, it picked me.
kind of give the look an incredulous look.
I don't know what Vindsvept sees in me. Maybe I'll find out. Maybe I won't. Maybe it's just a cruel joke.
I know what he sees in you.
Well, that makes one of us.
He sees potential. He sees a growing boy. The will and the desire to cast spells, to become a mage, a powerful spellcaster. I think he wants you to succeed as much as I do. You just have to find something worth fighting for.
Well,
He's actually going to leave it at that and walk away.
Locke will kind of reach after for a second like he wants to say something else and then just kind of slump back into his seat.
all right.
Well, that
Down
was
the
a
rest of
tense
the
and
drink.
heavy conversation. Good job.
Yep. Yeah. Locke
I
kind of
was-
down the rest of the drink. Yeah. Locke will down the rest of the drink. Riven got him, pick up his key and go to his room.
I was very much not sure what to do with that conversation. So,
And you're dealing with someone who has an intense guilt complex going on. It's hard to know where to
Uh-huh.
take that shit.
I know what Vindsvept wants out of you, but I don't know how he's gonna get it. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, I mean, like, I had one more question for my mother, but then she walked away, so...
He did. You'll get to that in the morning. You'll see her then.
Yep.
But
Alright.
I think with the night coming, or the night, already there, you each have your own rooms to sleep and rest in. I think that's a fair enough place to call the session for now.
Indeed.
Um,
Mhm.
and though you haven't officially met her yet, and Sam has technically already seen the sprite, but for your viewing pleasure, Brian, sir, Youngerlin.
Neat.
But there's one thing missing from it.
There is one thing missing from it, technically. These things. Boop.
Those are fucked up.
Uh-huh. She basically has very spiky, intimidating looking claw gauntlets.
Punchy fists, nice.
Punchy blades.
Oh, also, she has a goatee, doesn't she?
Yes. That's also another thing that's technically missing from the image. She has a short but present goatee that matches her hair.
Just needs a giant fucking hammer. We got keg.
Kay had stubble and a cigar. And not so long hair.
And
But still.
yeah. But anyway, there you are.
Neat.
So I think I'll do the last half of the sign out unless you two want to. One of you two want to?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Sam, you can do the first part, I guess.
Yeah, this has been Shut of Gradiriel?
Gradiriel. Close enough.
Gradiriel.
If
Me
you
and
w-
names, people. Me and names.
If you want to not worry about saying that, you could always just shorten it and be like shadows and be done. But that seems like boring because you want to get to where you can at least say the name.
Yes. Shut of
Gradiriel.
Gradiriel.
There you go.
I swear it'll be the final episode that I'll sit there and get the fucking name right.
How many sessions do you think this campaign's even gonna be?
Who knows?
Um.
If I keep throwing ideas at Dalred, it'll go on forever.
Well,
That's something you do?
Oh yeah.
she likes she's very good at DM MO. It's great. And don't be afraid to do that yourself, Brian. You're really good at writing stuff too.
DMMO?
DM ammo.
Ammo. Just like
Oh,
handing,
ammo.
like,
Okay.
oh, here's this. Like, honestly, what I wanted is somehow get Locke into Christie's, like, shop and somehow manage to get mixed up, like, some berries.
So you can make Locke high.
Yeah. Just sit there and see what it's like.
Oh, I feel happy again. This is foreign.
And then you see your Blackie Inkness.
Oh, I didn't know I could write with my fingertips.
And I'll start poking paper. There's this dorky grin on my face.
It wouldn't make you that high unless you like went
No,
too
I was
crazy.
just like, just like maybe a bad trip.
Yeah, I'm imagining it as like for some reason I'm imagining LSD when I shouldn't be.
Yeah, kinda.
You still
I
got
mean-
the rest of the outro to do.
For what it's worth, I will give it to you as this, Brian. I have what the drug-induced high that is Christine's thing. I have actual stuff for it because it's an actual thing.